So recently I got a random email from someone and all it said was, please get out of Korea and take all the other foreigners with you. My response to this person was, sure, right after you get your country to stop offering us so many jobs. Now I gave that response rather than just quickly dismissing this person because it's not unreasonable to me that maybe some Koreans think that there are too many foreigners in Korea. So while I think that the person who wrote the email expressed himself really poorly and kind of stupidly, the idea has some merit. But really it's a larger problem because of Korea and Korean society for putting such a large emphasis on English and English education. There is a huge obsession for English in Korea, as you probably well know by now. Whether or not Koreans are good at English is beside the point. Koreans think that they need to improve in English. Individuals learning English and the Korean government. This means there's been tons of jobs for English-speaking foreigners, many of whom only need a bachelor's degree in anything in order to come over here and get work. There are many qualified English speakers working here, but there are plenty who aren't. But that's not really reflective of character. I mean, there are plenty of unqualified foreigners who come here who are upstanding citizens, and there are also some foreigners who come here who are very much qualified and are also not such great people. But in general, I would say that these are very good opportunities for English-speaking foreigners, and I can see some bitterness from Koreans. I can understand it that they might think, oh, they're just taking these easy jobs just because they can speak English. And that very well may be true, but you can't blame these people who are taking advantage of opportunities that are already there. At the least, you should respect them for being smart enough for taking advantage of those opportunities and to live in and experience a different culture. Now, recently the government has issued a new plan to reduce the number of government-employed foreign English teachers by 57% by 2014. This was supposedly in reaction to a poll where Korean parents said that of all kinds of teachers to teach English, that they would prefer Koreans who are fluent in English to teach English, as opposed to foreigners. This could make sense because Koreans who are fluent in English and Korean would understand two languages and would have the best idea of how to teach one to speakers of another. But sadly, there probably aren't as many of these as they hope there would be, and even if there are, they might be qualified for higher jobs. But you can see in all of this that Korea and the Korean government are kind of confused about what the English education industry should be like, how English should be taught, what the role of English should be in Korea, in Korean life, Korean business. Yes, in order to stay competitive with the global economy, Koreans might need to learn English to do business internationally, but that's up to individuals and individual businesses to decide whether they want to be internationally competitive. And it's also up to individuals whether or not they want to learn another language, to perhaps seek employment abroad, to travel abroad, whatever. You know, there are many foreigners here. There are good and bad foreigners, but they are not to blame for the opportunity to be here. Because if the ones who are here weren't here, the opportunities would still be there and other people would take them.